So today's podcast is an excerpt from what we call the South Carolina Club Operators Forum, a group webinar intended for golf course owners in South Carolina. And it's something that our company, KPI Golf, John Brown and I are offering to clubs there in South Carolina. It's a 6-week deal where we share market information and insights and things that club operators can do to help them, turn things around and make life a little bit better at their facilities. And this little segment was some piece of advice that John was giving to one particular club owner, and it's something that we're very passionate about. And even if you're not a golf course owner, it just makes a ton of sense. And it's got to do with lowering your operating expenses by way of having vendors compete for your business. And I don't care what business you're in, you got to be farming it out. You got to be continuing to look for the next alternative and making those vendors sharpen their pencils. And if you're not doing that, you're probably suffering from a lot of inefficiency. So this is a really cool segment, something that we're really passionate about, something that really, really helps golf courses and probably other businesses if you're into that stuff too. So give a listen. I think it's really good stuff.
This is the Golf Essentials Podcast with Casey Borg.
There's a couple things that we always recommend related to just operations, and we'll get off expenses here in a second, but I want to just chat with you a little bit about a couple things that Casey and I believe strongly in from an ops standpoint that I think will help you. How do you develop your budgets? Do you do it all by yourself, or do you have some department heads that have some say in it? I see. Okay. So one of the things that you're going to want to take a look at then as you go is we believe strongly that you should bid, and this is a real pain in the butt, Wade, so trust me on this. It is. I know it is. But I also know it saves thousands of dollars. You should bid everything that's over $200 with at least 4 vendors. For 2 reasons. One, you're going to discover some vendors that you didn't even really realize were out there, that, new people that'll be aggressive and want your business and have every bit as good a product as the old guys. Now, 2, you may have the greatest superintendent in the world, and a lot of clubs do, but superintendents have a track record in general of, having a set of vendors that they never change. And, they've got a comfort level with this guy and they never change that. And when that happens over a number of years, it's no longer an effective way to get the best price and the best value for you, the owner of that facility. So I would really, really take a hard look at that, because I've done this so many times, and we invite those vendors in to bid, and I've had them come back in my face at facilities that I own, saying, "What are you doing? I've been taking care of you for years," and then I roll the bids out in front of them, and I said, "So tell me here, have you been taking care of me, or have I been taking care of you?" So it's because they never win that bid, and it's really an interesting, because they can't win the bid because they've been charging you something higher for years and years and years, so they look like a fool. So I think it's really important that you maybe certainly of all the things we talk about, that's one of the most important that I believe in will save you thousands of dollars. So take a, and chemicals probably, because no question about it. That's where it is, because obviously it's a big cost. It's a big line item, and when you don't shop that, I'm sorry. I think it's really important that you get at least 3, and 4 would be even better. And what we end up doing is, because we have we have our own clubs and manage others too. We end up having 5 because we have a vendor partnership with people, and it's helpful to me because I beat them all up, whether they're our vendor partner or not. And you can do the same thing, and quite frankly, my goodness, it will save you. I guarantee you, it'll save you thousands of dollars, and it'll be a very, very helpful thing. Your superintendent won't like it because, he's built a personal relationship with this guy. I mean, hell, this guy might even take him to a Braves game or something every once in a while, those kinds of things. So I would just take a look at that hard, and, he won't like it, but hey, it's your facility. And, the reason for these webinars is simply to help people just see a different way that they can enhance their bottom line. But from a spend standpoint, from an expense standpoint, plug those metrics in, plug that buying plan in,